Now to motion tween along a path, we need to add a new layer. Now we've got a bird layer in there already, so we'll just add a new layer. But to do that, we're going to call this one bird 2. And also what we need to do is add what's called a guide layer. So when I add a guide layer, bird 2 becomes a sub part of the guide. Now the guide is something that the bird will fly along. So if I wanted to, I'm going to grab the pencil tool right now. I've got my guide layer active, and I'm just going to draw a line. It's set to white at the moment because that's what the pencil tool set to, and I'm just sort of drawing a line and then off the stage. Now when this movie runs, you won't actually see that guide layer. You can't see that white line. It's not because it's in the first keyframe. It does run right across the movie, right to the end of it, but it's because there's nothing attached to the guide layer, and because it is a guide, when it's compiled it knows not to show that on stage. So what I need to do now is insert a bird on the stage. So I'm just going to push F6 to put a keyframe in there. Oh, sorry, I'll just remove that one. Because it's highlighted, I need to put something on there. I'm just going to grab my bird and drag him out and drop him. So he's now on the stage. I'm going to just free transform him into a reasonable size, because at the moment he's too large. So we'll just move him down to a fairly large size. Now he's going to fly around the boat, so he needs to probably be a bit smaller than that. So he's going to fly around the boat, and he will follow that path. When I place him on the path, you notice there's a circle, and I can actually attach him to that path. And then when I go out to the last keyframe here, I can actually push F6 here, and I can place the bird now on the end. I need to press enter to make him a set. Oh, sorry. Stop the playhead. Just click up there. Go to the end. Not the end of that one. End of this one. So on my bird 2, when I'm at the end of my keyframe, I need to grab the bird from where he is now, and I need to shift him to the end point of my animation, so he's on that line again. Now when I create the motion tween in here, you'll notice that the bird now follows the line. So the bird that's on the, I'm moving back here, you notice the bird as he moves along from the start position, he flies along and around, but he goes behind the boat, and I actually don't want that one heading behind the boat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick these two up by holding my shift key, and I'm going to move it up in front of the boat layer. So now my bird is in front of my boat, so as he flies around now, he'll come in front of the boat, he'll head down, he'll fly up, it collides with the other bird, so I'm not quite happy with that, but we'll live with that for the time being. He flies back down and he'll fly off the stage. So what we've done is added a movie clipped bird to what's called a guide layer. The guide layers are any drawings that you can actually have. If I wanted to, I could have put the boat on a guide layer and have him go up and down as he moves through the animation, and also move up and down, sort of buck up and down. But the bird follows a guide layer. If I wanted more birds, I can add their own bird 3, etc., give them their own guide layers, and they can fly around and do what they want. Or I can actually attach multiple birds to the same line, but I'll stick with one at the moment, and let's have a look at this in its runtime. So we've got a bird flying around, one coming down and flying off into the distance, and our sun moves across the screen as well. So now we've got an animation that shows a boat floating through. We've got our portholes that allows us to see right through the boat, and it animates quite well. If you wanted to, you could actually animate the sails to get them to flap and attach that to the mask so it goes across the screen, but I'm happy with that the way it is now. What we probably need to do now is actually look at adding a bit of audio to it to give it some sort of beach sounds.